So something that I've been thinking about, or have, that's something that's come more so to the forefront of my mind is the age of people I connect with now that I am in my 40s. Originally, I was trying to let myself be open to folks in their 20s because I remembered myself and I remembered how I felt more comfortable with older women. I was more attracted to older women. Um, and I also remember the experience of being discounted by older women, specifically because of my age. And of course, when I was younger, I didn't get it. I'm like, it felt insulting. Like, oh, you really gonna like count me all the way out just because of that? Like everything else you like. If I just change one of those numbers, it would be better. But I get it more now because you don't want to feel like the icky adult taking advantage of a youth. Even if that person isn't a youth, if there's enough of an age gap, there will always be considered a youth to you. I get that more because I'm in the place of saying never mind to even being open to somebody in their 20s. Like I said originally, I was trying to be more open because I used to be that person, but no. That's no longer on the table. And a big reason is because I don't want to be considered that icky adult preying on someone younger. And because now I know what that looks like, I'm going to be using that to remind myself that when I have these moments of reminiscing, because I still do occasionally. They've really gone down in number, but I still do. I can remind myself that the only reason um, she was with me was because of my naivete at that age. I didn't know better, and she did that on purpose. Like, remind myself of the truth of the matter when I look back at those times that up until now I had absolutely loved. Whenever I kind of see myself drifting back to that and trying to enjoy the memory, it sucks, but I have to remind myself that's not what it was. It was exploitation, pure and simple. Grooming, pure and simple. And when my mother asked her to be my mentor, she saw an opportunity and she took it. She saw an opportunity and took it. Because it was like the perfect setup. Like, my mother and I were not close. We were not getting along. Well, actually, I take that back. We weren't close, but I don't think we got to the point of not getting along. That came later in college. But in high school, like I said, we just weren't close. I hadn't told her I was gay, but I guess she was peeping it, and I, and I guess first had been counseling her on 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 that. So she saw a relationship was already broken. She knew I wouldn't tell my mom, and my mother had given her the perfect cover for spending time with me because she was my mentor. That's how she could pass us off. Like like these revelations just be they hit hard. They hit so hard. Like I'm piecing more and more little things together. And I lived it. I lived it and didn't even see like how deep this is running. like learning that many more people knew than I thought knew, and who those people were, their positions in the church, and realizing that her immediate family most likely knew too. I learned that the daughter knew. I'm realizing that the bishop knew. And for all I know, her mother knew too. Because a lot of people would say, what mother doesn't know their child? So, learning and realizing and piecing together all of this is, it kind of breaks me down a little bit more every time. My heart has stayed shattered from before. Like when I said like my heart would never feel the same or heal the same, I meant that it will never, ever, ever feel like it did before. It's like I'm building a new heart. I'm building a new heart. So, I don't know. What do you do with that? How would I even start? I was talking about myself and not dating younger people because I don't want to be the icky adult because I want to be as far away from being like her as possible. And so that means 20s is off. Honestly, 30s is off, really. I prefer to start at 35, but 30 is the bare minimum. 30 is the bare minimum. As I age, then I'll move the bare minimum up. So, like, for every decade I age, I'll move up my minimum like 5 years or something. but, but yeah, it's seeing this through the different lens. Oh man, I can't help but see her as a true predator. Like, because the the other version of me um still thinks back to the memories that made me think at the time that her feelings for me were genuine. So some of the gifts she got me, it wasn't many, but some of the things she had given me and just the way that we felt so well, I felt so soul connected when I was with her and talked to her and just, and it's like, man, like I think what it is like for me to have felt that strongly and that deeply, I I I need there to have been something. Like there had to be, out of 99.9% predators seeing a perfect opportunity to, you know, fuck a kid and get what she really wants on the side that she can't get in her, everyday life. There had to be like a 0.01% of emotion, of some kind of love for me. Otherwise, well, I was going to say, otherwise, I'm the stupidest person on the planet. But no, this happens to people. People fall in love with folks who have no good intentions toward them whatsoever. And I guess I have to remind myself of that because for me to have experienced it as a soulmate, a soul bond, when on the other end of the line there was absolutely nothing. Like, how delusional do you have to be? Well, I was delusional because I was young and I was gonna say I was in love, but again, I had to be delusional to fall in love to think that she left me. Man, yeah. I don't even know if this video made sense, but I'm talking it out. That's the point of these things, is to talk it out. And to go back and listen. I actually go back and listen to all of my videos before I post them, which I do for two reasons. A, to make sure that I'm not saying anything so off the wall that I'm like, I cannot put that out there publicly. That sound crazy. You were not saying that the way that it did not come out the way that you meant at all. So that's reason number one. And then reason number two is it actually helps me to see where I've been, because that lets me know if I keep looping back to that place. Like, I've already realized that I keep going back to anger because I had an earlier post about anger on Facebook, and then I had I think I wrote again on Facebook. I think I had a post in November and then another post in January about being angry about the situation, and for the same reasons, because she is a person being regarded as a leader, and that's not the truth. Well, I mean, she is a leader. She's not a ethical one. People can make you feel good and can teach you and can have positive impacts on you, and still need to be held accountable for the fucked up shit that they do. They don't get a pass because they make you feel special. They don't get a pass because they make you feel good. That's how the cycle of abuse continues. We keep giving people passes because we like what they give us. You can like what they give you and say you did something wrong and you need to fix it. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point of feeling good and thinking your faith means something when you don't even act in the faith that you say you follow? Because the faith you say you follow would not have you following her, knowing what she's done. So, I don't know who that was for, but I hope the person it was for knows it was for them. All right. I think that's enough talking in circles. As always, thank you for listening. Share your thoughts in the comments. And I'll keep you updated. Thank you.